Okay, there was a queen by the name of Ahotep, and she was the mother of King Ahmoses that we talked about earlier, who expelled the Hyksos from her land. And so these are some of the wooden axes that he used, that he gave to his mother when he defeated the Hyksos. And also, these are the Golden Fly Awards right here that she bestowed upon the members of the military who were very valorous. And as you know, when we were out there around the pyramids, how the flies kept attacking us, that's why they used the Golden Fly Award, because they wanted somebody in the battle who would keep on coming and keep on coming no matter what you do to you. Okay? And then around here on the side, come on around this way. The Shaku are gone. The Shaku are gone. Okay. Anyway, okay, the word for earring is Shaku. And so this is a style of earring that Tutankhamun and other Nubians wore. They came from Queen T, who popularized this style of earring. Now what's happening now is Liz Taylor's copying the same style of earring and making them part of her Egyptian style collection. But not just the earrings. Take a look in here, because there's a bracelet that's called a minifret. And when Ahmose was crowned king, his mother, Ahotep, wore this bracelet. And so while he was the one who was trying to drive the Hyksos out of our land and preserve our culture, Liz Taylor's now trying to rip it off. And here's that bracelet. Making millions of dollars off of it.
Never get the right thing.
Never get it right. Taking everything we had.
That's right.
And around here on this side, these are the cowrie shells. Okay, now many of us wear the cowrie shells today. In ancient Egypt, the cowrie shells were looked at as a symbol of fertility because of their similarity in shape to the female anatomy. So the women wore the cowrie shells so that they would produce new life. And that's just one example of them in gold, cowrie shells in gold. So now when you see the cowrie shells and everybody wearing them on the earrings or bracelets and everything, you'll know where they came from. These two are little mirrors. And this bracelet was worn by Queen Amenhotep of Nubia. And in the Metropolitan Museum, now jewelers are coming back and taking photos of it in order to try to copy it. And the curator of the museum says that despite late 20th century technology, I need some clarity, it's impossible for contemporary jewelers to cut semi-precious stones into tiny inlays favored by the ancient Egyptians. It's such fine work, we can't do it. But these are the artists and craftsmen of the Nile who could. They're weighing the gold, measuring it, and then fashioning it into beautiful pieces of jewelry like these cowrie shells that you see here. Now, because of their similarity in shape to the female anatomy, the cowrie shells were looked at as a symbol of fertility. But where do you find your cowrie shells now? Around her neck. I guess she's using those instead of fertility pills. And you also find them on a really big shoe designed to stomp out the powers of your cowrie shells. But it gets worse than that, brothers and sisters, because it's also around the wrist of this white girl where she's selling cigarettes on a billboard. So what was once used to give you life is now being used to kill you, because even the Surgeon General warned you that cigarette smoking can be detrimental to your health. And this is the wesket, which is the collar, very indicative of Egyptian jewelry. An up-close view shows that it was composed of alternating semi-precious stones, blue and green for life and vegetation, and red for power. But that style too was copied, and the Empress Theodora wore a similar style during the time when Justinian was raiding the temples of Egypt. But the style of the wesket also went to the Far East. But let's get a close view now, because it looks like we went to the Far East too. And in her temple in Abu Simbel, we see Queen Nefertari becoming one with the goddesses Isis and Hathor. And in her hand, she holds the Ankh, which is designed to give divine life. But where's your Ankh now? Around the neck of the white girl, selling in a department store ad. So again, that which was once sacred and worn by the queens and goddesses is now being desecrated on a department store ad today.